This is the story of my first eastern wild turkey. To really begin this journey, we have to travel back to the year that was 2020. While everything around us was seemingly being shut down, closed, or not accessible, one thing was still wide open, and that was being outdoors. Luckily for us, we loved being outside, so when my good friend Tyler asked me if I wanted to camp out and wake up the next morning to go turkey hunting, well, I was all in. Turkey hunting was something that always seemed pretty cool to me, but was also something that I had never done before. Sure, I knew the very basics, such as turkeys had great eyesight, and some gobbled and some didn't. Like I said, basics.
Are you sure? Yeah.
I quickly learned that day just how smart these birds with laser vision really are.
Good ears, let's go.
Tyler called one up that was pretty far away, and I couldn't even hear the thing gobble, but sure enough, as we were trekking to that general area, bam, there he was, standing on the bank staring right directly at us. Botched. Completely botched, to say the least. Fast forward to the present year, 2022, Tyler and myself set out for Redemption opening weekend. Along with Drake, our second cameraman and Tyler's nephew, we all three set out for the blind once again to see if we could harvest a bird during this opening weekend. This time, we got it done.
Yes! That's what I'm talking about, boy! Yes!
We had redeemed ourselves from the 2020 episode, and I also enjoyed the entire process a little more than I was expecting. So it was a great weekend. Turkey down, and it was all captured on video. Just what we wanted. It was at this time I began to take more interest in this whole turkey hunting stuff. Tyler kept telling me, it's your turn now. We gotta get you one. You're gonna shoot a turkey and I'll video. I thought to myself, that would be pretty cool, but I don't know if I'll be able to, nor have the time to. We're out here basically at some private lands, friends of ours, but we've got basically everything that's set up for us. We've got lots of pine trees, really good water supply, open fields. So essentially we're gonna kind of scout around just a little bit, make some calls, see if we can hear anything. And if not, we feel like they're either gonna cruise through here to go back to roost tonight. So we're either gonna set up on this field or somewhere near these creeks. We don't know yet. We first tried some areas that I had access to, and once we began scouting it out, we realized that there was great potential for birds to be in that area. And even though the first time we went, we didn't see or hear a bird, with every step we took in the woods, my interest and enthusiasm for turkey hunting grew more and more.
Either come from our right and go left, or we have seen tracks right out in front of us.
So every time we went, I was learning something and gaining more and more excitement for the sport, and that was a win for me. The next time I went turkey hunting this season, I was privileged to be going again with Tyler and another longtime friend of mine, Joseph. The three of us were dead set on killing this giant bird that had wizard-like skills and was almost untouchable in the woods. I would be playing the role of cameraman that day, and boy, did we get a show.
was coming from that way and flew off that way. There was two in the field, and then he was right there. How did I miss that thing? That was a tough shot. He was moving all over the place.
This was the first time I had been that close to more than one gobbler, and hearing them hammer down that spring thunder was pure insanity. It was at this moment I do believe I swallowed a bug. The bug began with a T and ended with a Y, and I already had the fever, and it was sure enough a severe case. Even though that day ended in a bit of a headache, I learned a lot. I knew after leaving the hunt that day, turkey hunting was something I wanted to do more of. All that was left for me to do was get my very first gobbler. Today's plan is to hopefully set up out here, because I've literally seen turkeys in this field almost every day. Not every day, but kind of sporadically throughout the day. I'll see them in the morning, midday, and afternoon. So we know they're here. Hopefully we're gonna get a chance at one. My first bird, fingers crossed, super excited. So let's go get it done. Like I mentioned previously, I did have access to some areas that we knew held birds at some point in time. One of those areas was literally right outside the city limits where my office is located. All right guys, no luck today, unfortunately. We're still on the pursuit for Bradley's first bird. It's a good title, I think, Bradley's first bird. We know there are birds here. I've seen them a lot this year. I even have drone footage, so we know they're here. It just wasn't our day. Super windy, not sure if that played any effect on it or not. Possibly, I'm not real sure, but we gave it a good shot. We know that we couldn't have killed a turkey if we were at the house, so we at least put ourselves in position to do so. But I've yet to get on the board, but it's gonna happen, so can't wait to share it with you guys. Discouraged and a bit confused, I wasn't sure what my next option was. What's that old saying? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Well, we're taking a shot, another shot this morning, so just here at the gas station, fueling up mentally, physically. Today could be the day. I could not sleep last night. I don't know what that means, but guess we'll find out. We could give another friend of mine's place a try, or we could come back here. I felt good about both, but honestly, I didn't want it to be a waste of time for Tyler or Joseph. I mean, after all, they were trying to help me, and I wanted to be able to provide some sort of action for them as well. If we could kill a turkey and get it on camera, we'd probably get some more, but guess what? We're having a really difficult time. Look, guys, it's a little disheartening. We thought we had a great setup and game plan for this morning. The owls were hooting and hollering, and it sounded beautiful and glorious, and we thought, yep, they're gonna just gobble their heads off. We get out here. And oh, there's birds. There's plenty of birds. They just ain't none turkeys. So.
Which the weather was horrible too last night.
The weather was horrible last night, but you know, it sounds like we're making excuses.
So far, it was no luck and no chance for me to get my first. It's 5 a.m.
and it's not raining, so happy about that. Let's see if the good luck continues on this morning. We're headed out.
So what's the plan? Well, the plan is we hope they gobble on the creek in front of us. And we set up kind of on a roadbed coming up to a chufa plot from the creek. If they don't gobble, we're gonna kind of come over here in the chufa plot and wait it out for a little while. It's supposed to rain at 11. Pretty bad stuff, so we're just gonna have to see what they do. But pretty sure they're gonna
Once
gobble.
we eased ourselves into position to listen, Tyler gave a couple of hoot calls and we had one hammering down.
Let's go. We're gonna walk down this road and probably
Sit up on the edge,
set
feed
up
him.
in that food plot somewhere.
He's cutting up.
We knew exactly where he was, so we carefully and quietly eased down a small road to get a little closer. We sat up in probably the absolute perfect spot with cover and great angles to get a shot. A couple of more hoot calls, and then the real owls basically started doing all the work for us.
That sucker. Golly.
Tyler, being ever so stealthy, eased up the road, took a glance down the hill, and saw about 4 hens with what would have been Brad's first gobbler. It all made sense to us at that point. He passed up the fake-sounding hen for the real deal. Granted, that was the one morning we didn't use a decoy, and I think had we had one out there, we might have had a chance for him to come check it out. However, at this time, Joseph came over to help us out and see if he could do a better job at calling one up. We tried multiple different locations, heard a couple of faint gobbles in the distance, but again, it was a loss. I would have to wait another day to get my first bird. The next few days, I was absolutely consumed with the thought of that day and the thought of killing my first turkey.
It's April 26th. It's getting super late in the season. I'm not real. I'm excited. I'm hopeful, but I'm a little discouraged. You know, it's getting kind of late, but all we know is you can't kill them from the bed, and they ain't gobbling on 7th Avenue. So you have to at least go out and try. So that's what we're gonna do.
I was getting to the downright, okay, I'm mad point, but I never really got upset. I was still enjoying every single moment being in the turkey woods. I was learning firsthand how difficult it can be at times. Every turkey hunter in the world has experienced these same feelings at one point or another. It's all part of it, and I absolutely loved it. With Tyler on his way to Arkansas, it was up to Joe and I to try and get me my first turkey. We gave my private landowners 2 more tries, but both were unsuccessful. Even though we saw more of the property and Joseph did mention how much he liked the woods, we heard nothing.
Well, because I know all 10 of you are anxiously awaiting an update, I have not killed a turkey yet. It is April, I don't know, 27th, 28th. It's getting super late in the season. But yeah, we're gonna try a new spot today, and hopefully we're gonna get it done. So, and hopefully we get it on camera, but it should be a lot of fun. There you go.
As we walked down the lightly traversed road, I was beginning to feel the anticipation and excitement level increase. I just couldn't wait to hear that first early morning gobble. The time came, and then the time went. Not a single gobble. Not one. The wind was completely taken out of my sails, and I know Joseph was a little disheartened as well. Not what we were expecting. The morning was young though, so we decided to carefully inspect the area, make a few calls, and see what would happen.
So far, nothing. Turkey egg. You tell how old it is. So I was kind of trying to look at it. Doesn't seem like it's too old. Hard to say. And it was right here in this stretch last year. I was coming through here and I bumped a hen off of the nest. And you think about it, it's about the only area out here that it's so thick that they couldn't get in.
We were pretty discouraged earlier this morning. Wasn't seeing or hearing anything. Start walking back to the Jeep, see all kinds of signs. We see tracks, we see strut marks, we see poop. So, trying to figure out what our next play is. It's April 29th. There are 2 days left in the Mississippi turkey season. We have hunted several different properties, several different locations, places we know that there were birds or are birds. If they're not, then maybe they've just been killed off. Is a strong possibility. Yesterday morning we came to this place we're going again today. At first we were a little, discouraged because we didn't hear a gobble yesterday morning. But as the day progressed, we began to see more and more signs of life and activity within that area. And we feel like within the past 3 days, there has definitely been a strutter there. Out of the opportunities of places we have to go today, this makes the most sense as far as presenting opportunities. So I don't know how many times I've said this, but we're gonna give it a try. So that's the update for you. We'll check back. Why do I always say that? I don't know. That's the update for you. That's all I got.
He's so tight.
After arriving in about the same location at about the same time the next morning, we chose to walk down a hill into a deeply covered bottom that was covered in signs of turkey line. We walked on a little further, slowly and quietly reaching a food plot that we knew was near. We stopped, sat down by some trees, called, and then it happened. Far off in the distance, we heard a gobbler. It sounded like just one, and he sounded a bit far away. We knew based on maps that he could either be on a dead-end road that we didn't have permission to be on, or in the middle of a power line, in which was the same. But with the season only 2 days away from being over, I really wanted a bird to present himself. But once again, he never did. Late Friday night, I get a text from Joseph that said, "We are a go for tomorrow at a new location if you're game." This was literally going to be my last opportunity to go. So I said, you know what? Why not? I'll have to be out of the woods by 10 at the latest. So that gives us a few hours. Let's go give it a try. It's April 30th, 4:11 a.m. I'm tired. And I've accepted that it may not happen this year. And I'm okay with that.
That's all.
I almost thought 3. Let's do it. I see him. I see him. Yep. Birds everywhere. Right, directly 3 o'clock. Walking down that way. You see him? Right behind my head. You see him? For a close counter. Oh man. Yeah, I think he's got something in for us. Oh man. Yeah. He's got full primary feathers. It's a full fan. I think he's got a lot of plates. Some of them is see, his beard's that long. That rotted off. I can't believe it. I thought he was gonna freaking go outside. Holy cow. Holy cow, dude. Oh my god. That was bird. I mean, yeah. I heard one way back over here. Back over there. Shirt on. What a shirt! Oh my god! I thought he was fixing to go up that y'all get behind us. I was like, no. Oh, man. Yeah, that's a great shot. Dude, I thought he was about to hightail it. Well, I was like, oh shoot, he's going to about to leave. And I was like, really going to take my time. And when he turned, you notice how his posture changed, his like demeanor started changing. He's like, something ain't right, she ain't moving. And you shot it like the perfect time. Man. God. I mean, I was more nervous about him walking in than the shot. Yeah. Dude, I was over there, my leg was just shaking. I didn't even have a gun in my hand. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, see, that's a mature bird. That ain't no Jake. Like, that beard was little. At first, I was like, oh crap, it is a Jake. But then I saw that little piece hanging farther, and I was like, okay, all right. He's just been through some stuff. Man. Yeah, he got it. You had that hand going nuts. Dude, she was like getting it. God, dude. What a pretty bird. Second last, dude. Yeah, he's got full fan. Oh, man. Oh, shoot. I was like, when he flew down, that's when you got some blood on your forehead. It turned off. You got some. And when he flew down the first time, I was like, like I was picturing like the sage grass parting. I was like, oh my God, it's coming like right now. And so I was like, freaking, I was pumped. And I was like, man, I don't know if I'm ready. I mean, it worked out because sometimes, like, he'd have went in and landed like right here, and you don't have time to really get yourself together. Yeah. You know, it's amazing. Him like going through there gobbling and making his way around and everything. Like, it gave you time to get comfortable with the situation and like seeing and like when he came up to the right, I started getting nervous again, but I mean, it makes sense because the grass may be a little shorter. Exactly. Now he knew exactly what he was doing. And he's like, all right, she's over there. I need to go around all that. I swear there's more birds up in there. What time is it? TOD. That was probably 6:30. It feels like it's 8 o'clock. It's 6:33 right now. It's probably like 6:28. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you can find birds, you can be at work at 7. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, man. Dude, of all these fields, all the places that we could have set up, we stopped. I mean, you talk about you never really shot caught one. First hoot. Bow. We walked all the way through there, stopped. Less than 100 yards from him. I couldn't win anybody. I shoot him a little low? Well, I think I might have dislodged a few feathers there. Oh, well, I ain't worried about that, but I just was looking at the shot over. Yeah, he's got pellets here, from his head to his mouth. That's where you want it. That's where you want it. That's a beautiful bird, too, man. Like the color, look at this, like the chestnut colors and that fan up there. Dude, that is gorgeous. That's gorgeous. He's a mature Tom, but I'll be willing to bet he's not bossing around here. I think boss was gobbling farther down there.
That's what's wild.
And that hen passed him up to go down there to hurt. He's like a little satellite. Turkey just like gets an opportunity. He sees an opportunity, go seize it.
That's probably why we saw him first, and he was probably a little more anxious to get.
Well, there was at least 2 or 3 hens in there. So, like the main strutter, he's going to tend to them. So he was like, oh, well, there's this one hen up here that just doesn't seem to get with the program. I'll come down here and get with him. I'm going to go see what she's up to. Because that last hen that was cutting up, she was like right down here. Like when you saw him displayed the first time, I saw her cross through right there.
Green tree right
that
there.
Little sweet gum right there, yep, right there behind
I saw his white head and top of the fan, and I was like, oh shoot,
there he is. Good deal. Welcome to the club.
I was like, I don't know, man. I was nervous about the shot because, like I said, I wanted to really take my time and squeeze the trigger, just like, oh, but it didn't play out that way. Cause if you
have gave him,
I wouldn't have had a shot. It was
5 to 10 more seconds. He probably would have went right back that way.
Man.
Good times, son. Good times.
Wow. Oh, it's like these mosquitoes are working my hands.
Dude.
Were they bothering you?
Yeah, dude, all over my hands.
I got one on here right now. And I was like,
I've been getting hit home in the evening, and like right here, from like where my cuff ends to like right here, just keep it littered.
I'm gonna grab my phone. I'm gonna get a picture of it. Yeah, I'm gonna grab that shit.
I could run a mile like this, head over heels, feels like this. The sun has got me on my track. I ain't never looking back. I ain't looking back. I ain't looking back. I ain't looking back. Inside the depths of stone, voice will echo me no phone. Ruled by the laws above, nature shows me, makes me torn.